Wow, I look really good today. My skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong. Take 2 of these vitamins.
This is clinically proven to work.
You try it out, take 2 of these vitamins every day. You take 2 of these a day. Take 2 of these vitamins. You take 2 of these a day. Some of them contain shark cartilage. Every day. And it's all listed in a way where you really wouldn't know what was going on every day. Every day. So I wanted to make sure that my product was vegan.
Hello and thank you for joining me today for another investigation. Yesterday me and Pepper posted a video about the entire naked tutorials thing happening all across the internet right now, and I was inundated with comments asking me to do one of my formal investigations into Tati's makeup beauty line that she's launched. This has been quite a big thing across the internet over the past 24 hours. Tati Westbrook, earlier today, my time, launched her new beauty line, and it consists of a supplement that you have to take every single month. And it's a skincare supplement and a hair care supplement and that sort of thing. So we're going to work into it step by step. This is not going to be a dragging video. I think Tati's getting dragged across the internet enough right now. We're going to keep it chill. We're just going to be looking at the facts as we always do. This is not a hate channel. This is really just going to be looking at everything that's happening. If this is the type of video that is going to trigger you and upset you because we're not talking about rainbows and roses, I'm going to link below a video to some cats playing with something, whatever, and you can watch that, because these videos are always going to be the way they are. They're always going to be very upfront and abrupt and very straightforward. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm also going to keep them fun. So why don't we get straight into the video? Tati Westbrook is a massive beauty YouTuber. She has a few million subscribers and she claims to be 37 years old. She's been talking for a long time about the launch of her beauty line, of her makeup line, and it was kind of strange because she launched it and it wasn't makeup, it was a vitamin pill.
This is Halo Beauty, and this is the hair, skin, and nails booster, and this works. 100%, it is Tati approved. I literally have my name on the top of the lid. Everything A to Z in here is my vision, my dream, my hope for what I wanted in the perfect vitamin.
We don't know too much about the ingredients, we don't know too much about what's happening. We're going to work our way through in this video. This is going to be a 2-part series. I know you like the 2-part, 3-part series. This is definitely going to be a 2-part series. This episode is really going to be the warm-up. I need to get you a bit warm and hot before we get started because I'm going to hit you with the good stuff. I don't want you to pull a muscle, okay? Titties are going to be flying across the world. Titty rainbows everywhere. Exposed. In this episode, we are going to work our way through Tati's launch video and just have a look at some of the things she said. This isn't going to be making things up. This isn't going to be manipulating things. This is really literally going to be just watching what she's saying and assessing if it sounds okay and if it sounds right. This is Kuckian's cot room. I have a lot of notes here.
Hi you guys, it is time for my October favorites. It's Madness Monday Rite Aid. We're gonna go get some great deals.
Hey, will you blow me a kiss?
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, welcome to today's video. What to get? I think I still look pretty freaking cute. I'm really tempted to just try on all the clothes and play dress up back here.
She first of all does this very dramatic introduction. She even goes as far as showing videos from her wedding, all of her social media journey, and then says it all led up to this.
Product reviews to beauty tips and makeup tutorials from Halloween makeup artist Tati Westbrook.
It's gonna be a little bit harder.
That's Swedish!
Alright you guys, I'm going to try and get through this without becoming a bucket of tears because I am super emotional and I have been reading your...
So it's very dramatic and everyone's sort of expecting this big explosion.
Alright you guys, this is Halo Beauty, and this is the hair, skin, and nails booster, and this works. 100%. It is Tati approved. I literally have my name on the top of the lid.
And then she talks about it being pills and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, oh, like I wasn't expecting that, but it's very interesting. We can talk about the reasons at the end, but I just want to keep the pace going through this video for now.
And to me, it means that everyone is included. Everyone's under the halo. Everyone is thought of, and no one is left out. So there is something for everyone. It's an all-inclusive brand, and I knew that that would be so important in every move that I made with this brand.
She says that it's an all-inclusive brand. This was a little bit confusing to me, just I guess when you relate it to the product, because she's there like very, very bright in the face saying, you know, this is all-inclusive, I'm so proud. But it's a hair vitamin. How can a hair vitamin be non-inclusive unless you've got like, I don't know, alopecia or you're bald? But in that case, it's still a skin vitamin. And I don't know any skin vitamins that only work on a particular skin colour. So I kind of thought she was just trying to tick a box of being inclusive and making a point of it when she spoke about that personally, just because there wasn't any aspect of this product that would be ethnicity specific in the first place, because it's a skin and hair pill. So
no one is left out. So there is something for everyone. It's an all-inclusive brand.
as far as I don't know any skin and hair pills that are only for Caucasians or only for a certain race. That was just my personal thoughts. I kind of thought she was kind of just getting that in there. Of course, I think it's fantastic that she is saying she's going to be an inclusive brand. I think that's fantastic. That's really great. But I did just think it was funny in the context of hair pills to say they're inclusive.
There are 5 ingredients alone that are anti-gray fighting ingredients. There are 15 other ingredients that work together very safely. Everything works together in harmony.
She says that this contains around 18 ingredients altogether. I imagine it will contain more than that. That might just be the active ingredients because there might be preservatives and stuff like that. She describes it as being the perfect vitamin and says that her hair is behaving, or like you'll see your hair is behaving and stuff like that.
That you would look in the mirror and you would see a difference. You would look in the mirror and you would go, wow, I look really good today. My skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong. And this gets the job done.
Why don't we talk about this, okay? People are often under the misconception that when you take a hair vitamin, it's going to affect all of your current hair, the hair that's currently growing, that's growing out of your head. The reality is, it doesn't. The hair that's growing out of your head is not really living. Does that make sense? Like, you can obviously keep it in good condition, but it's not like you can take a pill that will actively affect the end of a strand. Does that make sense? Like, it's a composition, it's a compound. You can damage it, you can recover it, but it's not got blood going through it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hair is made by hair follicles. That's basically it. So when you take a hair vitamin supplement, it's not going to affect all of your hair that's already grown. It's going to affect new growing hair. So with that in mind, Tati's saying that, you know, you take this within 3 weeks, you'll see results, you'll notice your hair is behaving. I did just want to make a point from my perspective.
Wow, I look really good today. My skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong.
I did get some numbers for hair growth just to give you an idea of this. So an average Caucasian person, from a study that I read, grows about 13 centimeters of hair a year, like from one strand. Someone of an African origin grows about 10 centimeters, which is obviously a little bit less. And that's with the hair strand extended. With that in mind, that would be 0.25 centimeters per week for a Caucasian person hair growth on average. And that would be 0.192 centimeters per week for an African person on average hair growth from the root. So if we times this by 3 and get it to 3 weeks, we can look at the hair growth after 3 weeks of taking a vitamin pill. Obviously, these pills do claim to increase hair growth, and things with biotin can increase hair growth. But in terms of the condition of hair and hair behaving and stuff like that, I think that would be more to a long-term restoration project, if you know what I mean. It would be getting all the hair healthy as opposed to just this little bit. So that would be 0.75 centimeters for a Caucasian in 3 weeks, and that would be 0.579 centimeters in 3 weeks for a person with African origin. To show you this on a centimeter, that would be, okay, so this is a ruler. So 0.5 centimeters is this much. Can you see above my finger up to where the end of the yellow bit is? That's 0.75 centimeters. So that's the amount that the average person's hair would grow in 3 weeks. When you talk about seeing immediate results and seeing it so quickly and having hair behaving and stuff like that,
You take 2 of these a day, you see results within 3 weeks. I see results within 2 weeks. I have stopped and started. Ow, I look really good today. My skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong.
I do just think you have to give it context, and I think realistically that's for a Caucasian person on average. Why don't we do African on average? African origin on average. So 6 millimeters is the average hair growth of someone of African origin over a 3-week period. I don't know if you can see, there's really not a lot, but it's just above my finger there. That's the amount that it would grow. So I think realistically you wouldn't really be able to notice anything from taking a hair vitamin pill unless you were physically oiling your hair with it. Does that make sense? If you're taking something and it's affecting the growth of the hair, it's not going to be retroactively affecting the end of a strand that's, you know, a meter away from the root. So that is just something to keep in mind. If you want to take a hair vitamin, absolutely they can help increase hair growth. They're not miracle workers. I know things like biotin, there are clinical studies. It's not like it's complete garbage, but it is mostly garbage. For what you buy for $5 for a month, you can equally pay $50 and you'll get the exact same thing a lot of the time. And also there's a lot of multivitamins that contain hair supplements alongside 101 other vitamins that are really good for you. And that's personally what I would do. I can show you my multivitamin after and give you a talk through, but let's work through this first.
Skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong.
That's just some numbers so you have an idea about hair growth. And when people talk about seeing these results, I just think you have to be realistic about seeing them and when you would see them. And I think realistically you would have to use these pills for at least 6 months to really observe a physical difference in your hair due to the growth of the hair being quite slow and due to a pill not being able to retroactively affect, you know, hair that's grown a meter away from the root.
I have stopped and started. I have, of course, you know, played around with the formula.
Now she says that she's played around with the formula. This was a bit strange to me, just a little bit, because I can understand talking about the ingredients, like removing things, putting things in, but she says that she's played around with the formula, which to me implies that she's had some sort of like chemical interaction with the formula. Obviously that's not Tati's background. She has a beauty channel. I don't think she has any background as far as I know in chemistry. Maybe she does do, but I'm not aware of anything. She hasn't mentioned anything. When you're talking about playing with a formula, the way that you would play with a formula is you would change the ingredients and then try it. Obviously if we're talking about hair, you'd be talking a minimum of 3 weeks to get less than a centimetre of growth. So it'd be very difficult to observe what the effects would be. It would take you at least 2 months per variation of the formula to see what the hair growth difference is. And if you were trying to do it in a study environment, you would need, I don't know, you know, like 3 identical twins to try 3 different formulas on over a 3-month period. So do you see what I'm saying? It's a bit complicated to talk about playing with formulas, and especially with hair and skin as well. We're talking a month, you know, not even a month. We're talking, if it's 3 weeks to really see results, then you would have to do 3 weeks on and perhaps 3 weeks off to clear everything that it's put into your system out and then try a new formula. So what I'm saying to you is it would take a very, very long time to make and try different variations. But I do think it's possible. I do just think it's something to keep in mind that would take years for one person to do, but for multiple people probably a bit shorter.
I'm working with a team of very bright, brilliant people that know their stuff when it comes to nutraceuticals. Everything that we have put together works together very safely. And
next of all, Tati mentions in a video that she is working with experts that know their nutraceuticals. Nutraceuticals are kind of like related. It has different definitions. It can be drug, it can be nutritional thing, it can just be food. There's a lot of different things that it can go into. I don't think it's really that important for me to mention, but I think it is worth mentioning that nutraceuticals isn't defined legally in the US. When you use the word nutraceutical, it's not defined in US law. You could call it a dietary supplement and that would mean something under US law. Tati is obviously from the US and the company Halo Beauty is founded in the US. Nutraceuticals is not a legal term in the US, as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong, if you find something, please link it down below, but from the research I've come across, it's not. There's other variations, but that particular word is undefined. Next of all, Tati was talking about how she wanted it to be healthy, and she's made sure that there's certain things that aren't involved in the formula.
Speaking of safety within this vitamin, I want you guys to know it was really important to me to make sure that this was soy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. The reason that I make a big deal about sugar is
this series is really just going to be no bullshit. This is nothing against Tati. There's not going to be anything nasty against Tati. It's just breaking things down bit by bit critically. It's what I enjoy doing. It's what I want to do on my channel. Whenever I do these videos, a lot of you really love them and some people get upset by them. So if you are someone that gets upset by them, you shouldn't be watching it. Tati says that the formula is soy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. So I did just want to work my way through that. I was looking through other hair pill brands and most of them were soy-free, most of them were gluten-free, most of them were cruelty-free, and most of them were vegan. Most hair vitamins did not contain products from animals that I personally found when I was researching across the internet. The only thing in here which is special is the fact that it's sugar-free. A lot of people make chewable pills for hair growth. Those chewable pills do contain sugar, so you have them every day because they're tasty and you don't just have to swallow them because some people struggle with that. I don't know why you would have soy in a hair vitamin pill. I personally haven't seen soy in any hair vitamin pill.
Free, gluten-free, sugar-free, cruelty-free, cruelty-free.
Cruelty-free. Regarding cruelty-free, she says that this is cruelty-free. Now, cruelty-free means that something has not been tested on animals My question is, because this is a dietary supplement that is being ingested by human beings, what has it been tested on? Because when you're saying it's cruelty-free, that's fantastic that it's not been tested on animals. But my question is, what has it been tested on? From my research into some of the ingredients that she's mentioned, you wouldn't necessarily need to do a clinical study on human beings to sell the product. That wouldn't be illegal. I think with makeup, I can understand why the US is a bit more relaxed. In the UK, it's very, very strict with makeup manufacturing. In the US, it's a lot more relaxed. There's a lot more small labs that make small runs of things. It's a lot more laid back and there's a lot less formality. Selling makeup in the UK is very expensive and very complicated and not for the faint-hearted.
I also found when doing research that a lot of hair, skin, nails, vitamins specifically do have a lot of animal byproducts. Some of them contain shark cartilage, and it's all listed in a way where you really wouldn't know what was going on unless you did a very deep dive into the ingredients and did a lot of research. So I wanted to make sure that my product was vegan.
Next of all, Tati was mentioning that when she was doing research, she found out that some pills were containing shark cartilage and stuff. And maybe it just read like this to me. Please don't take this as your thing. You can honestly think what you want about this. But to me, it kind of came across a little bit like scare tactics. Like, you should buy my pill because other ones might contain shark cartilage and you wouldn't be able to see it because it's disguised in the ingredients.
Some of them contain shark cartilage, and it's all listed in a way where you really wouldn't know what was going on. My product was vegan.
I did think that was interesting the way that she said that. She could be being very genuine, but from all the research that I've done, from the majority of multivitamin pills that I was seeing, they didn't contain shark cartilage. Killing animals and growing animals to get small amounts of ingredients isn't really cost effective, if anything. Tati was then going on to say that her competitors do not spend as much on their one bottle as she does on this one ingredient that she talks about, which we'll get into later.
Our competitors don't spend as much on their entire formula and bottle as I am spending on one ingredient. This is magic right here, but the kind of magic that isn't just in your head, it actually does work. This is clinically proven to work.
This was very, very interesting when she was talking about this, saying that her competitors don't spend as much on one bottle. Her competitors will be shifting, I don't know, how many thousands of units a day of these. So obviously their manufacturing costs will be ridiculously low, because when you make more of something, it becomes cheaper to manufacture. You'll pay more, obviously, because you're making more, but say per unit, it could be $5 if you're making 100, just as an example. But if you're making 10,000, it could be $2 to manufacture or $1 to manufacture each unit. So it works out cheaper per unit, which means per unit you sell, you make a higher profit margin based on having the same price. I kind of just thought this was interesting because I think there's a lot of different brands of multivitamins. Some of them you can get for $5 a month. Some of them you can get for $50 a month, $100 a month, some companies charge. And I don't think it's really very accurate to say, well, one ingredient is more expensive than their entire manufacturing thing, because I don't think Tati's in any position to, first of all, make a sweeping generalization of how much it costs to manufacture every single brand's multivitamin or hair vitamin, whatever it is. And then equally, I also don't think it's relevant once you've taken into account the fact that we've grouped all of these different tiers of products together. I don't think it's really fair for her to have any sort of input because she's not using the same ingredients. They're not simple formulas, a lot of them. I just don't really think she's in any position. Obviously, she's going to be paying more per unit because she's not manufacturing as many. But I thought in terms of her saying like, oh, this one ingredient is so expensive, I just thought that was interesting.
Our competitors don't spend as much on their entire formula and bottle as I am spending on one ingredient.
She says that this formula is clinically proven to work.
This is clinically proven to work. You guys are gonna love it. You try it out, take 2 of these vitamins every day.
Tati Westbrook has been on YouTube for a long time. She's an older lady. She's very experienced. She knows what she's doing. She's very intelligent, and she's married to James, who is also very intelligent and into business and stuff like that. So for her to say there's clinical studies done, I don't know if she's talking about specific ingredients that have been tested by labs in the past independently, or if she's talking about her specific product. I feel like that when she's saying this is clinically proven to work, I feel like it's semi-false advertising, because I feel like that wording implies that that particular product, that particular pill has been clinically proven to work. And if that was the case and it has been done, you would expect to see a case study. You expect to be told, we gave 52 subjects this pill and they voted saying it helped their skin, etc. This is how case studies work. And when you release a product and make claims, you have to back those claims up. Too Faced have a Better Than Sex mascara. The name of that mascara is Better Than Sex. You best believe that they have a 60-page document of a case study explaining what, with people saying this mascara is better than sex. It sounds so ridiculous, but you can go and do your own research. It's all out there. You have to back up claims that you make, and I think she's making some pretty big claims, and I'm just hoping that she can back them up, because she's saying clinically proven to work, and I'm hoping that she really means that in terms of this product and not a particular ingredient that she's including in this product. At this point, she just again mentions that you take it for 3 weeks, you'll notice the difference. I'm sure that if this multivitamin is good, you will notice a difference in your skin. But again, in terms of hair, because she is talking about it being in relation to hair.
And within 3 weeks, you're gonna look in the mirror, you're gonna see a difference. The cool thing too, you guys, is you continue taking the product, the results build. Your hair grows, your nails grow, your skin improves from head to toe.
She didn't really mention that it would take a few months to see any difference in your hair. And when she talks about it promoting hair growth, I kind of just think it would have been fair to kind of say, it's going to take a bit longer to see improvements in your hair because you're selling a product that your advertising is improving you in your skin and your hair and your nails. And so I think it was strange for her to say, instant results with the skin, but then to not be open and say, it's probably going to take you 6 months to see any difference in your hair personally. Like, I kind of just think there is a misconception that hair pills are going to just instantly change all of your hair. And I think that she didn't clarify that that wasn't the case at all throughout this video. And I just think that was a bit strange. If anything, she implied the opposite. She implied that it would make your hair behave and...
Wow, I look really good today. My skin looks good. My hair is behaving. My nails are strong.
Just other things like that. She goes on to say that when you continue to use this product, you will notice the results build.
And within 3 weeks, you're gonna look in the mirror, you're gonna see a difference. The cool thing too, you guys, is you continue taking the product, the results build. Your hair grows, your nails grow, your skin improves from head to toe, and it is so exciting to actually visually see those results so that when you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you look more rested, your skin is more hydrated, those fine lines are disappearing.
This to me is kind of where I kind of think a few people might have seen things take off, and I'm trying to be really sweet and nice here. I'm honestly not trying to dig in too much. I'm trying to stay above the water. But the internet's been going in really heavy on Tati on this. People are seeing this as a recurring purchase scheme. That's how people are seeing it. Tati and her husband seem to have come up with a very, very clever plot, which is kind of how a lot of people are seeing it. I'm not going to say definitively, but it does make sense. When you buy a palette from Anastasia, you spend $40 and it's gone, you're probably not going to buy another palette from Anastasia for another 6 months or ever, depending on if you bought the subculture. But makeup people tend to make small purchases. If you can hook somebody on a product where you're charging them $40 a month, and it's relatively cheap to manufacture, you're going to be making way more money on that repeat purchase of $40 every single month than if you were to just have one eyeshadow palette, one lipstick. And I think in a market of saturated, lipsticks, eyeshadow palettes, etc., I think she kind of thought to herself, well, I'm not the same as Nikki's tutorials. I'm not seen in the same light as them in terms of being, doing crazy makeup artistry. She's a first impressions channel. She's not known for skincare, for that matter. She's mostly known for doing first impressions on weird makeup, but she's not known for doing big, crazy, dramatic makeup looks that often. So I think it kind of makes sense that she's not gone down the makeup route and she's done something a bit different instead. Someone's going to give you on recurring payment without realizing $40 every single month. That's nearly $500 a year. That's $480 a year you would be paying Tati Westbrook for these hair vitamins. And I have to be fair and mention, you can get biotin tablets, a month's supply for $5, $10. Obviously that's only biotin, and there's a lot of different choices of multivitamins. Tati's is amongst the more expensive ones that I've seen. My friend takes a multivitamin that's very well known for the hair. It contains a lot of ingredients. She pays £10 a month, which is about $14 a month. So you can see the comparison. That is a very well-known brand and it contains a lot of really good things.
Build. Your hair grows, your nails grow, your skin improves from head to toe, and it is so exciting.
She says your skin improves from head to toe. Again, this is a claim, so I do just hope that she'll share with us the clinical study for her sake. This isn't me saying I demand it, because I don't. I've just seen a lot of people across the internet in a lot of different places saying, where's the study, where's the trial? You're talking about these things and you're mentioning trials, but you haven't showed them or linked them. Where's the trial of people using your product for an extended period of time and noticing these differences?
This is clinically proven to work. You guys are gonna love it. You try it out, take 2 of these vitamins every day.
And obviously you would have to do that against a person that's taking a placebo version of the pill, that doesn't have an effect, and then you compare them and look at the percentage difference. That's how it works when you do clinical trials. Half the people get one with the active ingredients, half the people get the same looking pill. They don't know that they're not getting the medicine, but it doesn't contain the active ingredients, and then you can see the reactions of the people and tell if everyone is saying it's better. Obviously not, because the person on the placebo shouldn't be noticing any differences whatsoever. That's how you can kind of test a product. And I personally, my gut is telling me that she hasn't done that, but maybe she has. The final thing is that she's mentioning that those fine lines are disappearing. She's talking about fine lines on the face disappearing. Again, I feel like this is a really, really dangerous claim to make.
You look in the mirror, you look more rested, your skin is more hydrated, those fine lines are disappearing, and that is working from the inside out, which to me is a more potent, better way to deal with some of your, issues with.
If this was in stores, which it's not, it's only sold at the moment on Tati's website, you would have to be very careful saying fine lines disappearing. When you buy a moisturizer, what do you see on the moisturizer? You see reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. That's clever legal wording. It doesn't say it's going to remove your wrinkles and remove your fine lines. It helps remove or reduce the appearance. So it helps lessen the appearance. So when you take that into mind, they're really covering themselves legally. With Tati saying those fine lines are disappearing.
Your skin is more hydrated, those fine lines are disappearing, and that is working from the inside out.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to be careful, because someone could say that's false advertising. Again, I haven't seen the ingredients, I haven't seen the formula. Dermatology is something I'm very, very interested in. When I was studying, I was really interested in burns and making creams for burns to help people and stuff like that. So I do know quite a bit about derma. It's a subject I'm very interested in. So I do read up on derma, and I've studied derma formally before. And I know that you have to be very careful when you make those sorts of claims about, like, disappearing fine lines and wrinkles. It's like, ooh. That's basically this. This has been the warm-up. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, please leave me a thumbs up. Please don't send Tati any hate. This is not meant to be a nasty video. I've been asked 100 times to do an investigation on Tati's line, and this is the first part. Part 2 comes tomorrow. That's really everything. Obviously, congratulations to Tati. It's very difficult to launch something into the public on that scale, and I think she's done a really good job. The packaging looks really nice. My honest thoughts so far, just from part 1, I think this is really honest. I kind of just think it's an overpriced vitamin, and I think it's going to be inferior to its competitors, which are cheaper, because it's a new brand as opposed to a brand that literally produces thousands of these units every single day, and it's within their best priority with such fierce competition in the pharmaceutical, nutraceutical industry to produce results. I think they'll have very fine-tuned formulas, as opposed to Tati, who seems to be working with a small group of elites that she says. I just think it's difficult. I like the idea, but I think the price tag that she's applied to it is 4 times above its competitors, and it's an unheard of brand, and it reminds me a little bit of the Laura Lee situation with the palette being $40, but not the same thing, obviously. That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please always make your own mind up, your own opinions, all that stuff. I'm never here to tell you what to think. This is just a kuckian tea investigation. You always ask for them. Part 2 tomorrow is going to be a lot more aggressive in terms of investigation, so get the titty strapped in. Hope you are ready. It's going to be a really good one. Pepper, what do you think? Yes, bitch! Pepper is shook. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Bye.